Sha'Carri Richardson enjoys strong start in 100 at Athletics Worlds. Tokyo. Sha'Carri Richardson picked up speed down the stretch and turned her first run in Tokyo into a season best. A first-place finish in 11.03 seconds in her opening heat of the 100 meters at the World Championship Saturday. For Richardson, it was a successful debut at Japan National Stadium. For others, a return to Tokyo that felt nothing like the last trip during the COVID-tainted Olympics in 2021 that had athletes performing in front of empty seats. This time, a full stadium. "They're really excited to be here," said American long jumper Tara Davis Woodhull, the reigning Olympic champion who needed only one jump to move on to Sunday's medal round. "They love life out here, and I'm just so happy I was able to be out here with a crowd." In the 100, everyone who was expected to make it through the first round did without a problem. That included Olympic champion Julian Alfred, 10.93 seconds, 38-year-old five-time world champ Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 11.09, her Jamaican teammates Tina Clayton, 11.01, and Shericka Jackson, 11.04, and America's fastest sprinter of 2025 and the favorite to win the 100 on Sunday, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, 10.99. "I already hold myself to a really high standard and expectation," Jefferson Wooden said when asked if the favorite's role bothered her. "As far as the pressures of the outside world, I don't really feel it as much. I keep the main thing, which is go out there and focus on Melissa." Canada's Audrey Leduc, who holds the national record in the 100, also advanced with her time of 11.26. Richardson, who missed the 2021 Olympics because of a positive marijuana test, came in as the biggest question mark after a season slowed by injuries that didn't include a run under 11 seconds. Her start, never a strong point, wasn't good in this one. She was in the back half of the field with about 40 meters left. But she won the World Championship 2 years ago in Budapest with a late drive out in lane 9, and there were signs that it's still there. She raced hard to the line to beat Jackson, the silver medalist in 2022 and 23, by .01. The 11.03 was the fifth fastest time of the night. In the men's heats, Canada's Andre de Grasse, 10.16, Jerome Blake, 10.05, and Eli Ajibi, 10.19, all advanced to the semis. The stadium in Budapest thrummed with a rhythm that only world-class competition can create. Heartbeats syncing with starting gunshots, cheers crashing like waves upon the shore of the track. Cameras panned, eyes locked in, and 1,000 dreams danced across the lanes. But in one of them, an unmistakable fire was lit. Lane 5. Hair coiled, gaze sharp, fingers jittering with anticipation. This was not just any sprinter. This was Sha'Carri Richardson, fierce, flamboyant, and ready to reintroduce herself to the world. And she did. The rise before the rise. To understand the electricity in her start at the 100 meters at the World Athletics Championships, one must first understand the storm she emerged from. Sha'Carri wasn't just another contender. She was a sensation, a sprinter with both feet on the gas and no filter in her voice. Her breakout year in 2021 etched her name into the consciousness of the world. Her blazing 10.72 that year marked her not only as the fastest woman in America, but a cultural lightning rod. Gold nails, orange wigs, unapologetic tears, and unflinching words. She wasn't crafted for the moment. She was the moment. Then came the stumble. A missed Olympic berth due to a cannabis suspension, media frenzy, and personal struggles that played out in front of an unrelenting spotlight. For some, it could have been the end of the story. But not for Sha'Carri. She didn't go silent. She trained. She grew. She transformed. The world was watching. August 2023. Budapest. The World Athletics Championships. The energy was heavy with anticipation. Fans around the world didn't just want to see speed. They wanted redemption, fireworks, drama. Sha'Carri gave them all three, in under 11 seconds. As the women's 100-meter heats began, competitors from across the globe took to the track with laser-sharp focus. Jamaica's finest, Europe's elite, African sprint queens. The field was stacked, but all eyes, knowingly or not, seemed to find their way to the figure in lane 5, cool, collected, and unbothered. When the gun cracked the silence, she exploded. A clean start, knees punching, arms slicing, eyes fixed forward. Her drive phase was electric, her transition fluid, and her top-end speed, poetry in motion. She crossed the line, looked up, and smiled. The clock confirmed what her form already told the world. Sha'Carri Richardson was back. And maybe better than ever. More than a race. But this wasn't just a good start. It was a statement. Not just to her competitors, but to the critics, the doubters, the fair-weather fans, and even to herself. This was no longer the story of a star who flew too close to the sun. This was the Phoenix. As she walked through the mixed zone, her eyes didn't dodge the cameras. She embraced them. There was a calm in her now, a centeredness that hadn't always been visible in her previous outings. She talked not just of racing, but of purpose, of being grounded, of knowing her power. "I'm not back," she told a reporter with a grin. "I'm better." Indeed, the difference now wasn't just the numbers on the clock. It was the energy in her stride, the composure in her interviews, the fire in her presence. Her start in the 100m wasn't simply fast. It was fearless. The psychology of speed. Sprinters often say the 100 meters is 90% mental. What we saw in Sha'Carri's start wasn't just world-class sprint mechanics. It was the manifestation of months, years, of mental battles fought and won. Her blocks weren't just starting positions. They were launch pads built on pain, criticism, and inner transformation. She ran with something to prove, but not in desperation, in conviction. That's the difference. That's what champions do. And behind her performance lies a message for all of us. Reinvention is possible. Your past doesn't define your ceiling. And your comeback can be louder than your fall, if you're willing to fight for it. The cultural flame. Sha'Carri's success reverberates beyond the track. She is a symbol of unapologetic black excellence, feminine power, and American swagger, where many athletes blend into the professional mold of humility and rehearsed gratitude. Sha'Carri rips off the packaging and shows you the fire inside. She's loud, but she backs it up. She's emotional, but she's unafraid to let those emotions fuel her. She's different, and difference makes headlines. But make no mistake, Sha'Carri Richardson is not a gimmick. She's a generational talent with a sprint start that commands respect. In a world that too often tears down those who rise too fast, her start in the 100m was a roar, not just of speed, but of resilience. Beyond Budapest, that first-round performance, fast, clean, confident, became the bedrock of a campaign that would ultimately see her clinch the world title. Yes, she would go on to win gold. Yes, she would silence critics. But that initial race was the spark.